All right, so just to finish off what we did yesterday, or to summarize, we have different formulas. So what we have from yesterday was we have a difference quotient, right? Difference quotient, where we're putting it into the M formula, A plus H minus F at A all over H. So this, we simplify as far as we want to, right? Again, for this course, we go as far as we want to. We don't have to fully simplify. It's okay, because we're going to sub in two numbers. Right? And then in calculus, what we do is we don't do the sub in, we concentrate only on the algebra, okay? And that's fine, but here we're trying to get the pattern. So we sub in the two numbers. This gets me two slopes. Preceding slope, following slope. We add the two and average it. That will tell me what's happening. So I say the slope before was less, the slope, so it's negative, the slope after was positive, so down, up, which means minimum. Okay, so that was this difference quotient. So if you're using the difference quotient, you're comparing slope to slope. Then here, we did it again. I compared the two slopes and I went, oh, but the slope is -6. It's not 0, so it definitely can't be a max or min. Now, the next strategy we had was the centered interval. Centered interval is that a 0.01 before, 0.01 after, we centered it around it, we put the two numbers in. These two here, these are not slopes, right? We didn't get slopes. We got 2 points. So this point and this point. So yesterday I misspoke. I actually do need you to state this. I realize why. Because otherwise there's no place where you indicate what the points are. So fix this part. Okay? I want you to state the 3 points. Because otherwise I realize, look, I have to go back and find it. And some people do less or more calculations. So on this line here, we have up here, I calculated, watch, F at 3.01 is here, okay? Then I calculated this part here. Oh, sorry, separate. No. All the way to the 8. Okay, all the way to that 8. So the yellow part here, I calculated F at 3.01. This green part here, I calculated this part at 2.99. I got my two values. Okay, so they're from above. Get those two values. I want you, when you're checking the points, to state the values, because I realize that's why I stated them, because some people do a bunch of calculations here and you might have mushed it together. So I want you to see, pull the point out. So I pulled the points out so I could see what each point was. So I do need this step here. Okay, I realize why I had it written down before, because I want to see that the points are here. Then you compare the points. So you're checking points on either side. Either side of what? Either side of 3. So the point that I'm asking you is 3. I check that, it's 0. Since it's 0, I'm going to check to see if it possibly could be a max or min. So when I get the 0, I go, okay, to one side, and then you can graph it. You can do an exaggerated graph. Like, it doesn't have to be 0.2, 0.99. No, just make it super exaggerated. So I know that this one is at F at 3, which is this one, which is at 1, right? So that's a y value of 1. These two are at 0.999, which is a little below. So this is, so if you look at this in terms of an XY axis, this is at 1, and this here is below. That is 0.9999. It's a little below the 1. Does that make sense? Right? So because that y value is at 1, you're comparing the 3 y values. This y value is at 1. These two y values here are a little below it. That means it must be a maximum. So that's what this is saying, is that this guy, look, is higher. It's taller. You can see the mouths are open on both sides. Open, open. So this guy is taller than these two. That's what those symbols there mean, is that this guy was higher than the two around it. Right? So this one is taller, higher than the two around it. That's what this diagram. You don't have to show the diagram. That is just for you to understand, so I'll just bubble that. Right? But if you want to draw a little diagram on the side, you can. You're like, what did I find out? I found out the points are here. The y value is higher than the other two y values. Exaggerate it. Right? It'll only be a little bit off, but just exaggerate it really further down. Then you know this one was higher. That's why it's mouth open, than those two. Therefore, it's a maximum. Okay, so I realized, oh, I do want you to put those points, because otherwise I don't know which points you're referring to. Right, so get your calculations and do that. Does that make sense? Okay. Then the next page, I started this one with the other class because I was checking. Yeah.
Would you still want us to write using the arrow?
Oh, yeah, so you didn't need to write it here, right? you can do this and then do a statement, or you could say since 1 is higher than 0.999, you want to do a little sentence, or you can use a mathematical words. Yeah, this or that. Yeah, good. I didn't need to write it twice. Yesterday, remember, I was like either or, and I'm like, I do need the points. Because otherwise, I don't know which points you're referring to. You're just giving me a conclusion. I don't know which, like if you calculated this part wrong. So you want to show me the 3 points, and then you can either say in words, since 1 is higher than 0.999, therefore it's a maximum, or here, this is what I was saying, is that 1, right, f at 3, is higher than 0.999, therefore it's a maximum. So if you want to use a sentence instead, then you can do a conclusion. Yeah. Okay? I'm going to turn this off.
Today we are